Okay, man. This video right here is about a 14-year-old girl dies and what Jesus revealed about social media. So let's go on and get to this. This video is was created by Second Life, the YouTuber Second Life. He the one that y'all got to go to the video for. I'm gonna put his name in the description. I can't wait to get into this, man, to see what this is about, and we gonna see what her testimony is right now. So let's go ahead and get to it. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe, and let's go.
My name is Madison Taylor Brooks. I'm 14 years old, and on October 17th, I died for 12 minutes when our car flipped 3 times on Highway 29.
Dang, 3 times?
I was in the back seat of TikTok, barely paying attention to mom driving me to volleyball practice. My little brother Tyler was playing his Nintendo Switch next to me. The rain was coming down so hard that mom kept asking me to look up directions because she couldn't see the exit. I remember being annoyed because I was right in the middle of watching this dance trend video. I didn't look up. Then it happened. The semi-truck came out of nowhere. Mom screamed. Tyler dropped his game. My phone flew out of my hands as our SUV spun across 3 lanes. I remember the sound of metal crushing and glass breaking. Then nothing. But then I was floating above our car. I could see the ambulance lights flashing. People were running around below me. The rain was still pouring, but I couldn't feel it. I watched as they pulled my body out of the wreckage. My favorite blue volleyball shorts were torn. My face was covered in blood. Mom was crying, being held back by a firefighter. Tyler was already in an ambulance. I tried to yell, "Mom, I'm okay, I'm right here," but she couldn't hear me. Then everything got really bright. The ambulances, the highway, Mom, it all faded away. I felt myself being pulled through what felt like a tunnel of light. It wasn't scary. It felt warm, like when you stand in the sunlight on the first day of summer. That's when I saw him. Jesus was standing there, and he was nothing like the pictures in Sunday school.
Mm.
He was... I don't even have words. Light poured from him, but somehow I could still see his face. His eyes, they looked right through me like he knew every thought I'd ever had, every mean text I'd ever sent, every TikTok video I'd ever posted. But he still loved me completely. When he smiled at me, I felt like I was home, really home. Not like our house back in Oak Ridge, something deeper. Madison? He said my name, and it sounded like music. His voice wasn't loud, but it filled everything. I started crying. Not sad tears. I don't know how to explain it. I just felt everything at once. All the love I'd ever wanted, and all the peace I never knew I needed. "Am I dead?" I asked him. "For a little while," he said. "But I have something to show you first, something important." He reached out his hand, and when I took it, suddenly we were somewhere else. It looked like a giant room with thousands of screens floating in the air. On each screen, I could see kids my age, some younger, some older, all staring down at phones or tablets or computers. "What is this?" I asked. Jesus looked sad. "This is what I see every day. These are the children I love, but they cannot hear me anymore." As we walked through the room, I could see closer. Each screen showed someone like me, hunched over, scrolling mindlessly. Their eyes looked empty.
Mm.
But the weird thing was, around each person were these shadows, dark figures that whispered things
Oh.
into their ears. "What are those?" I whispered.
Hey, speaking of shadows, man, ain't that crazy though? Like, you get you know that you experience these, like, we don't know these weird shadows are just there, like causing us to do stuff and causing us. We think it's like we think it's us, like we think it's our thoughts, but it's them um whispering in our ear, telling us to do this and that. And the fact that we listen and give in to that feeling, give in to that sensation to do it, it's like, bruh, that's low. That's real scary stuff.
whispered, moving closer to Jesus. The enemy's workers, he said. They speak lies through the screens. He brought me to one screen where a girl about my age was crying while scrolling through Instagram. Around her neck was what looked like a heavy chain, and at the end of it was her phone. The shadows were putting more links on the chain with every swipe of her finger.
Dang.
Her name is Emma, Jesus said. She believes she is worthless because she doesn't look like the filtered images she sees. She spends 6 hours every day comparing herself to lies. I felt sick because that was me too. I remembered crying in my bedroom because Kylie posted pictures from her birthday party that I wasn't invited to. I'd spent 3 hours that night scrolling through everyone's perfect lives, feeling worse and worse. Jesus touched the screen and I could hear Emma's thoughts. Nobody would care if I wasn't here anymore. Look how happy everyone else is. But that's not true, I said, and people would care. You understand, Jesus said quietly. But she cannot hear the truth anymore. The voices from her screen are too loud. We moved to another screen. A boy, maybe 12, was playing a violent game. With each kill in the game, the shadows around him grew bigger. He looked pale, with dark circles under his eyes. He hasn't slept more than 4 hours a night for 3 years, Jesus said. The games were designed to keep him there, to make him need them. His parents don't know he's playing until 3 a.m. every night. His anger is growing. His ability to feel compassion is shrinking. I thought about Tyler and how he'd thrown his controller at me last week when Mom made him turn off his game for dinner. Jesus showed me more screens. Kids sending cruel messages to classmates while laughing. Girls taking inappropriate pictures to get attention. Boys watching.
Yeah, that does. That's a they always talk about that. Like girls getting online, posting naked, naked pics and all this stuff for attention and stuff like that. And I just feel like no woman should do that because your body should be your body is like a vessel, you know what I'm saying? Your body should be precious. You shouldn't always give, you shouldn't, like, your body belongs to Jesus, and also your body, I feel like your body should be with somebody special instead of like, don't let the world see. Because you know what people always tell me, because I work out, right? And if I decide to not show my body, you know what I'm saying, it seems like people got a problem with it. And I'm like, why do y'all want me to show my body so much? Just because I work out don't mean I need you. I don't mean I need to necessarily show my body. You know what I'm saying? If I decide to do so, then that's a me, you know what I'm saying? That's a me thing because I'm deciding to, but not for attention. But sometimes, it could, you could just do it for attention here and there. But at the same time, I'm saying to myself, like, bro, it just don't feel right to do. Unless you're trying to promote yourself as a model, maybe. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a difference depending on what you're doing it for. But if you just doing it for attention and all that crazy stuff, I just feel like that's the wrong way to go, because these demons, they'll catch you on it.
Violent and sexual content that made the shadows around them dance with glee.
And let's talk about that sexual content that they say guys, look at and stuff like that. That alone, that itself can be catastrophic, because it poisons your brain. And the moment it poisons your brain, it seems like those demons are happy that you're falling into that. You're lusting over other women. You're constantly giving these demons power. That lustful thought and that urge to do something, and you really try to fight it, but it's so hard to fight it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, to pull away from these things, it's like, bro, you got to have all type of strength and you need God Himself. You need Jesus Christ because He's the only one that can pull you away from it. But you got to let Him in instead of letting these demons in. Letting these demons in.
Where phones and tablets glowed like little prisons. Madison, Jesus said, turning to me, do you know how many hours you've spent looking at a screen in your life? I shook my head. He waved his hand, and I saw what looked like an hourglass. But instead of sand, it was filled with moments of my life. Moments I'd never get back. I saw myself sitting on the couch while my grandma tried to tell me stories about her childhood, but I was watching YouTube. I saw hundreds of sunsets I'd missed because I was taking selfies instead of actually looking at them. I saw myself ignoring my brother when he wanted to play because I couldn't pause my TikTok scrolling. 8,422 hours, Jesus said quietly. That's how much of your life was given to a screen. I did the math in my head. That was over a year of my life gone. But everyone does it, I whispered, feeling ashamed. Yes, Jesus said, and that's why I'm showing you this. The enemy has found a way into every home, every bedroom, every mind, without anyone noticing. Parents give their children these devices without understanding they're handing them poison in small, addictive doses. Then Jesus showed me something that broke my heart. He showed me hundreds of moments where he had tried to speak to me, when I was alone in my room, or walking to school, or lying in bed at night. Times when his presence was there, when he wanted to comfort me or guide me. But every single time I'd reached for my phone instead. I'd chosen the noise over his voice. The greatest trick, Jesus said, was making everyone believe they're connected when they're actually more alone than ever. Tears were streaming down my face now. I'm sorry, I said. I didn't know. Jesus put his arm around me. This is why you're seeing this, Madison, because others need to know. Then he showed me one more scene. It was our living room, but different. My family was playing a board game. No phones in sight. Everyone was laughing. Outside it was raining, just like the day of the accident. But inside it was warm and bright. I could almost smell Mom's cookies baking. This could have been tonight, Jesus said softly, if the phones had been put away. My heart felt like it was breaking. I never realized how much I'd missed by staring at a screen. Madison, Jesus said, your time here isn't finished. You have an important message to share. But I don't want to go back, I said, and I meant it. Being with him felt so good, so right. I want to stay with you. He smiled that smile that made me feel completely loved. I'm always with you, Madison, but your family needs you, and others need to hear what you've seen. Will they listen, I asked. Some will, he said, and that's enough to start changing things. He touched my forehead, and suddenly I felt myself being pulled back, away from his light, through the tunnel again, faster and faster. Then pain, so much pain, beeping machines, bright hospital lights, someone yelling, "She's back! We've got a pulse!" I gasped for air, my chest burning like I'd swallowed fire. My whole body hurt. I couldn't move my left leg. There was a tube down my throat. The doctors called it a miracle. They said my heart had stopped for 12 minutes. They said I should have brain damage, but all my tests came back normal. They couldn't explain it. Mom cried for 3 days straight. Dad, who had been away on a business trip, refused to leave my hospital room after he arrived. Tyler made me a card that said "Best sister ever," even though I'd been pretty mean to him lately. When they finally took the breathing tube out, the first thing I said was, "Where's my phone?" Mom looked surprised. "Honey, it was destroyed in the crash." And I started crying, not because I missed my phone, but because I was relieved it was gone. It took weeks before I could tell them everything I'd seen. At first, I was afraid they wouldn't believe me, but something had changed in me, and they could see it. The first night I was home from the hospital, I asked everyone to put their phones in a basket. Then I told them about Jesus, about the screens, about the shadows, about the moments we'd lost. I told them how the devices we think keep us connected are actually tearing us apart. Dad cried. I'd never seen him cry before. That was 6 months ago. Our house is different now. We have a phone box that all devices go into during family time. We started playing board games on Friday nights. Mom deleted most of her social media apps. Dad stopped bringing his laptop home from work. Tyler still plays games, but with a timer, and mostly ones we can play together. The hardest part was going back to school and telling my friends. Some of them thought I was weird now. Some stopped hanging out with me because I wouldn't spend lunch periods scrolling through TikTok anymore, but some listened. My best friend Zoe deleted Snapchat after I told her what I saw. She said she'd been feeling more anxious and sad lately, but couldn't figure out why. Now she's sleeping better. Her mom sent my mom a thank you text. I still struggle sometimes. Those apps are...
And I ain't gonna even lie. I'm finna say this. And that's just crazy how we don't know these demons got chains on us. The more we give in to certain aspects, like the more we give in to like certain urges in life, bro. Speaking of urges, bro, I had this dream. First dream was it was like connected. It was like connected, right? I had this dream. Like I was at some mountain and some okay, I was on top of some cliff. And a dragon came out. It brought me to the Heaven's Gate. I seen, and look, while the dragon was taking me over there to the gate, you would see a war going on. Like a whole war, like spirit, like demons and angels, I think, just fighting, right? Battling it out. I get to the gate, to try to open, the heaven, the heaven's gate. I tried to open it, but the problem is I couldn't open it because my mind was too, pretty much too. It couldn't focus. It had too much distractions in it. You see what I'm saying? Too much distractions. I couldn't keep my mind pure because in order to open the gate, my mind had to be pure. I can't think of nothing sexual. I couldn't think of pretty much anything that can disrupt my mind from opening up the gate. And every time I closed my eyes in the dream and I tried to clear my mind, I couldn't. And I'm not even gonna lie. It's like I feel like that's a message, or something, and I need to listen to it because I'm thinking like, what if God is telling me if I can't, if I can't control my urges, I can't get into heaven. Or if I can't fight these certain urges off, or if I just you know what I'm saying, if I just don't keep going back, because I keep going back to it. You see what I'm saying? I keep going back to it. So I'm trying to like trying to stop, but it's hard. But then the other dream was connected. It was like a dark bathroom. Now it was like not even a bathroom. It was more like I don't know what, I can't explain it, but I'm gonna skip to the chase. At the end of the dream, this person or something or someone told me, you need to try harder. He said you need to try harder to control your urges. Or you need to try harder to basically, I need to try harder to control them because it's maybe something or something is telling me that it's consuming me. And if I do not try to control them, it's going to be hard to get into heaven. Meaning, if I don't fight these certain things off, if I don't fight what's on what my mind is thinking or my thoughts, and I'm purifying, to purify or whatever, it's going to be hard. And I think that's God messaging me, telling me I have to do that. This whole thing this whole thing she's saying is true, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I had a testimony myself, I believe, in my dreams, and I think I be getting messages from God in there, and And I just be wondering, like, what if he's trying to tell me that I need to change certain ways, because if I don't, I'm not going to be able to get into heaven like I thought, because it's almost like I'm ignoring. He may feel like I'm ignoring him, and I can't. You know what I'm saying? And maybe I'm drifting. Maybe he's saying that I'm getting so far from him to the point that it's gonna be hard for me to get closer to him. So that's what I'm thinking. He telling me. So if I got to change some aspects of myself. You know what I'm saying? And that's true. So I got to work hard on it while I'm still here on this earth. Because if I don't, ain't no telling what's gonna happen. I'm just saying.
Designed to pull you back in. Sometimes I borrow mom's phone and find myself mindlessly scrolling before I even realize what I'm doing. The habit is strong, but now I can feel when it's happening.
It's strong.
Like Jesus opened my eyes to see the chains. If you're watching this, I want you to try something. Just for one day, put your phone away. Look at the people around you. Really look at them. Listen when they talk. Feel the sun on your face without taking a picture of it. You might be surprised by what you hear in the quiet. Jesus told me that the enemy can't create anything. He can only distort what God made. He took our need for connection and twisted it into something that actually isolates us.
They can keep us away from Jesus.
He took our desire to be known and loved and convinced us that likes and followers could fill that hole. They can't. They never will. I know some people won't believe my story. That's okay.
Believe it.
But if you're a parent watching this, please hear me. Your kids need you to be brave. They need you to set boundaries they can't set for themselves. They need you to create space where God's voice can be louder than the screens. And if you're my age, watching this, know that you're worth more than your follower count. The filtered, perfect lives you see online aren't real. The shadows want you to believe you're missing out. But the truth is, life, real life, is happening right now, all around you. And Jesus is trying to get your attention. Maybe this video is one way he's doing that. I don't have all the answers. I'm just a 14-year-old girl who died for 12 minutes and came back different. But I know what I saw, I know what I felt, and I know we can't keep living like this, heads down, thumbs scrolling, hearts empty. Put down your phone, look up. He's waiting to show you what really matters. Because the truth is, none of us know how much time we have left.
No.
And I don't want to waste another second of mine on shadows and screens.
Yeah.
My name is Madison Taylor Brooks. I died on October 17th. And Jesus sent me back to tell you this. My name is Madison Taylor Brooks.
That's crazy, man. That's the end of the video right there. I'm going to go ahead and end it. But not right now. But that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. It's crazy, man. And a lot of people just like, we get, as people, we get into these urges, don't even know that we're being, manipulated, from these demons and stuff like that. And, and it throws us so far away from God. Like, and it's insane. Like, or whether if it's like lusting over somebody on the internet or you know what I'm saying, pornographic stuff and all this stuff, and just so many things that we're thrown into, and the fact that it can affect our brains. We get disconnected from God, and it's like, man, it throws us so far away. And when I say about hard, that's bad. You know what I'm saying? That's very bad, because we are getting thrown so far away from the Lord. And it shouldn't even be like that. And the sad part is, man, it's like, it's scary, because we can't see these forces. We don't know we don't know where they at. We don't see them. God is the only one that can protect us from those things. They got us on chains, and we don't know. They dance when we give in to our lustfully sins. They dance when we give in to the urge to do this and that. They dance when we actually start doing bad things. And that's why I say, so many people irritate me. But when I say that I try my best not to give in to doing something crazy, it's hard. Like especially when you try to not give in to lustful things. You got people doing OnlyFans and this and that. The demons literally got y'all right where they want them. Right, they got y'all right where they want you, what I'm trying to say. And y'all don't see it. And it's like, we got it. It's bad out here. So we're literally suffering, struggling, trying to be strong. And when I say about heart, it hurts. Like, man, I'm telling y'all right now, I remember, bro, most of the times I would, like, when I felt like doing something lustfully or say, shoot, I'm just going to tell my business. I don't even care. I would cry, bro, when I would get horny, bro. Like, I ain't gonna even lie. And it's because I don't want to give into it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be thrown to the point to where where it becomes so strong and I just wind up crying. It's because I don't like the feeling. I don't like the feeling to feel that way. You know what I'm saying? It make me see, you got a genuine girl that could possibly be your your person that you should marry. Or the person that say you spiritually married to that person, or you're bonded or bounded to that person to the point where y'all connect and spiritually and stuff like that. I just feel like that's when you do it, because it's not lustfully, and I just feel like because you're doing it, in through the heart, through spiritual, through the spiritual soul, and I think God connect us together. You know what? All that ceremony stuff, I just don't believe in it. I believe that what I believe is God he put two people together, right? And I feel like when you got to know the difference between demons, what God, because you got to understand everything ain't God. You got demons that can put you with somebody that's bad for you, and you got God that can put you with somebody that's right for you. So what you got to understand, the one between the two, if that person causing you so much distress and so much anger and so much crap that you just don't want to deal with, do you think that's the demon, or do you think it's something else corrupting them to do so? Because nowadays you got people in relationships that's constantly getting murdered. You got people that's constantly just getting into these arguments and relationships itself becomes scary because people's lives getting taken away because, man, like, come on, y'all, I'm not making this up. People's lives literally getting taken away in relationships. And that's what I'm saying. What if those people was brought to you by demons? What you thought was God, those was demons that put you together with them. And and eventually, what I'm saying, especially if that person isn't trying to change. And so you got cheaters, you got all this stuff. What if they are being attacked by a demon? All the bad things that they doing, what if those demons is pretty much got them with you to break you because they already, kind of so far gone. So the demons want to break you to get you away from God, to get you away from the Lord. That's how I feel about it. So, man, this video make a whole lot of sense. I'm not even finna lie. So you got to watch out how you do stuff in life, and you got to look at the signs and everything in life, because you just don't know what force is there. You don't know. So we got to be careful on it. So make sure, in the overall, bro, I think I'm done with this video. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Press the notification bell, and I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Peace.